Jenny loved living in the city. She fancied the exotic buildings and resorts. Any place that had busy people and an enchanted outlook was her peak any day. She was a brilliant lady who had never visited her dad's village but was always curious to know her roots. Her parents had always told her stories about her village and how quiet a place it was, but they had never taken her there. Even after so many pleas, her parents were always busy. Benita, Jenny's cousin, came to visit and could not contain her excitement as she had a lot to say about the village since she had just recently visited. This made Jenny more curious, and a thrill of anxiety swept across her body as she waited to hear about the village she had so longed to visit. "You should see how beautiful the village is, Jenny. You would love it. The breath of fresh air, the people, and the serenity of the atmosphere. Come on, girl. You should visit the village as soon as possible," Benita retorted. "You are just exaggerating," said Jenny. "Come along with me and see for yourself. After all, they said seeing is believing, right?" Jenny thought about it. She was excited about the idea Benita suggested. This was the same village her parents had spoken so proudly of. She decided to inform her parents about the idea Benita brought, and her parents were happy. "That's very thoughtful of Benita," said Jenny's father. "At least it's about time you knew your roots and understood the culture of our people." Jenny's mother nodded her head in agreement. "You have our approval to go and visit the village," Jenny's father said. "Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Mom." Jenny hugged her parents in excitement. Jenny and Benita packed their bags and left for the village. Upon arriving at the village square, Jenny could smell the fresh air in the atmosphere. It was so different from the one she had been used to all her life. She was thrilled to be greeted by an entirely different environment from the busy one she knew. She saw the villagers carrying out different activities. "Wow! This is really a sight to behold, Benita. You were right after all. I love it. I told you you would like it here. We are just getting started and you're already thrilled by what you see." "I told you you would like it here. We are just getting started and you're already thrilled by what you are seeing, right? Wait until you see everything the village has to offer." An old man riding a bicycle stopped to greet them. "Are you ladies visiting?" "Yes, sir," answered Benita. "My sister here is visiting for the first time." "Oh, you're welcome, my child. You will love our small quiet village," said the old man. "Thank you, sir," replied Jenny with a broad smile. "There's so much peace here." They went back to the house to pack their bags and settle in. Jenny knew she was going to have a sweet sleep already as her mind recaptured the beautiful sights of the village. The following morning, Benita suggested they explore the village. They found a young boy who volunteered to take them around the village. Chike was about 11 years old and knew every nook and cranny of the village. They started off their adventure around the village. As they walked through the village, they came across an old mud house. The house was far from the main heart of the village. "Wow, this is incredible," murmured Jenny. "How could a house be empty? I wonder what is in there." As she made an attempt to enter the house, Chike stopped her and pulled her aside. "This house is not just a house, Auntie Jenny. It is an oracle and it is forbidden for anyone to go in." "Stop that, Chike. What do you mean? How can an old mud house be an oracle? Why would an oracle even choose to be a mud house in the first place? Don't you see that it is all superstitious belief?" Benita was too afraid to go any closer. She beckoned on Jenny. "Let's leave here and go somewhere else, Jenny." But Jenny was bent on going in. "Oh, please, don't tell me you believe that crap of a story. I am going inside." As she walked toward the mud house again, Chike and Benita hurriedly moved away. She got to the entrance of the mud house. She looked around, curious about what could be inside. But while she was thinking, she felt the sudden urge to poo and immediately, without thinking much, ran into the mud house and relieved herself. She quickly ran back to catch up with her friends. That night, Jenny was impressed with herself for proving her friends and the villagers wrong about such superstitious beliefs. But that night, Jenny slept and woke up in the morning to find herself soaked in her own poo. What? What's the meaning of this? This had never happened before, that she would sleep and wake up with poo all over her body. She quickly washed off and cleaned the whole place before anyone could notice. As she stepped outside to sun-dry her clothes, Benita saw her and asked, "Jenny, are you alright?" "I'm fine," replied Jenny, but Benita was sure she wasn't. As she looked down, she saw Jenny's clothes stained with poo. "Jenny, why do you have poo on you?" Jenny looked at herself and was shocked. She was already covered in her own poo once again. "Not again," Jenny mumbled, and she quickly ran back into the house and shut the door. "What is happening to me?" she asked herself as she started to wash off again. Benita sat outside waiting patiently for Jenny to open the door so she would be sure everything was alright with her. Jenny cleaned up, put on fresh clothes and waited to be sure that there was no more poo on her before opening the door. She found Benita sitting outside. "Jenny, are you alright? What happened to you?" "I am alright, Benita. I guess I ate something that must have upset my stomach," she said, trying hard to compose herself. "If you say so," said Benita. Benita froze at once as she stared at Jenny in shock. "Jenny, look! You have poo all over you again." Jenny's legs couldn't hold her anymore. She ran quickly back inside and shut the door. Benita called out to her, "Jenny, there has to be an explanation for this. What is going on here?" "I don't know," Jenny answered, her eyes filled with tears. "I don't know what is happening to me, Benita. I can't stop it. I don't even know when it flows down." Benita was so disturbed. "The option right now is to go to the hospital. But you can't go out like this. We'll need to get you something to hold the poo." So Benita ran off quickly to get a big diaper. Benita returned with a large diaper and handed it to Jenny. "This should help for now," she said. Jenny took it and went inside to wear it. She felt so ashamed of herself. Never in her life had she thought she would ever wear a diaper at her age. Benita suggested they seek help from the village elders first. Jenny hesitated but knew she had no other choice. They went to meet the wise man in the village, an elderly man known for his deep knowledge of traditions and mysteries. "Please, sir, help my cousin. Please, sir, help my cousin. Something strange is happening to her," Benita pleaded. The wise man looked at Jenny closely and said, "My child, did you by any chance do something forbidden?" Jenny was quiet for a moment before she finally admitted, I entered the old mud house and I pooped inside." The wise man's eyes widened in shock. "You have defiled the oracle," he exclaimed. "That house is sacred, and no one dares to enter, let alone relieve themselves in it. The spirits are angry." Jenny broke down in tears. "I didn't know. I thought it was all superstition." The wise man sighed. "Ignorance does not free one from the consequences of their actions. However, there may still be a way to cleanse you of this curse." "What do I need to do?" Jenny asked desperately. The wise man instructed Jenny and Benita to gather certain items: a cloth, a calabash of palm wine, 3 white kola nuts, and a black fowl. Benita and Jenny hurriedly got the items and brought them back to the wise man. That night, under the full moon, a purification ritual was performed. Jenny was made to confess her mistake before the gods and beg for forgiveness. The wise man poured the palm wine on the ground and chanted ancient words and made Jenny hold the black flower while he prayed over her. After the ritual, he turned to Jenny and said, "Tonight you will sleep peacefully. If the gods accept your plea, you will wake up clean." Jenny was anxious but hopeful. She went to bed praying in her heart that the ordeal would finally end. The next morning, as the sun rose, Jenny woke up and touched herself. She gasped. She was clean. Tears of relief streamed down her face as she realized the nightmare was over. She rushed outside and hugged Benita. "It's over, Benita. I'm free." Benita and the wise man smiled. "Let this be a lesson to you, my child," the elder said. "Respect the tradition of the land even when you don't understand them." Jenny nodded. "I have learned my lesson the hard way, sir." She returned to the city a changed person. carrying with her a newfound respect for her culture and traditions. And never again did she doubt the mysteries of the village.